Hello, everybody.
Little delayed response.
Welcome to another episode of the Lake to Lake Girls. We are your hosts, Amanda and Tiffany. It is January 28th, the end
Oh my god, I'm so ready for this month to be over.
of January into February. That much closer to spring, which I'm so looking forward to.
Me too. I actually feel like maybe it's because the weather has been so horrendously cold. I'm usually not that excited about spring because we don't really get much of a nice spring here.
No, it
in
gets
upstate.
wet and gross.
It's like cold and wet, and then it's really hot. Like, we kind of skip over it. But I want spring. I'm excited for it. You know, to not have to step outside and see, oh, it's 3 degrees out right now. Yeah.
3 degrees, not counting wind chill.
Oh, yeah, and then there's that. Yesterday was awful. Oh, my God, yesterday was horrendous. So many schools keep, like, being delayed and closed.
At work yesterday, I almost died on the way in. At 5 o'clock in the morning on River Road on into Waterloo into Geneva.
It's probably awful, yeah.
I was driving up. It was completely clear. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
whiteout conditions. Couldn't
Yeah.
see 2 feet in front of me. It was awful. Luckily, I had a
God.
guy driving like a couple yards in front of me.
Yeah.
And, I mean, enough space to be safe, but, I mean,
Yeah, you
it
could
literally
still see
just
him.
blanketed us. He was enough ahead where I saw him go on his brakes. I'm like, what is he doing? And then all of a sudden, whoof. Well, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. I'm catching what you're throwing.
Yeah.
And that was yesterday on my way to work. So I had to go. It took me about an hour to get from Waterloo to Geneva.
Oh, my God. Well, I didn't go anywhere except for work and home.
back.
Yeah.
See, that's all I did because I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna
Yeah, it was,
die.
the wind was terrible. Yeah, and
It
where
was
there's
bad.
where there was no trees or anything, like there was white out.
Awful. Like,
Yeah,
and being with
drifting.
farm country, we got it all everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, those fences that they put up, they don't work.
They don't. Yeah. No. Not in that kind of weather.
No. And then yesterday in the afternoon, I had to work 5 to 5 yesterday. Ended up being 5 to 7:30 because of this awesome weather. Because they were calling for like the advisory and everything coming in. Like I was starting at 2 o'clock. I was getting school delays.
Yeah.
So and so's delayed. 5 seconds later, so and so's delayed. So and so.
You know, actually, I heard you on the radio yesterday when I was leaving work. It was like around 5, and I heard you doing the news.
On 98.5 WNYR or 101.7.
It was 101.7.
All right.
And I was like, I'm like, Tiffany's still working. Yeah. I'm like, dang.
Super fun.
Long day.
Yeah, my boss is out sick again, so I'm filling in for him and, you know, doing what we got to do, pitching together as a team, getting it done.
Yeah.
And which we are. But yeah, it started at 2 o'clock. And I want to know, I don't think it's because of all kids that they put the delay on because of a wind chill, because I'm pretty sure a wind chill isn't going to affect a giant bus.
It's got to be the walkers.
It's the walkers and the kids that have to be carted to and from school that way. Because I was thinking about it, I'm like, why is there a delay? And it's because those kids that have to walk to school in negative. I mean, granted, if I lived that close to the school where my kid is walking, I'm bringing my kid with that weather anyway.
But not everyone can do that. Maybe,
but
you know, they have to work or something.
That's true. And then I think about some of them was like special lists. So and so report for your Regents exam at the appropriate time. You still have to go.
Oh, that's right. It's like midterms and stuff right now.
This
for
week is all
high schools.
midterms. Yeah. So yeah, that's not fun. This weather just blows.
It blows. No pun intended.
It does. It blows. And there is a pun because of the wind. I get it. Totally meant to do that. But besides that, like I really, before we get into what we're gonna talk about, which is pretty much hilarious, I think, because my boyfriend says that I do it all the time. He says it all the time like it's a thing. I'm like, I'm not part of this fad. I don't like this fad.
And you know, honestly, I didn't know what it was before you
told
you
you
earlier. I never heard of it. So, anyways, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it. But last week when all this started coming in, like this extreme cold weather and stuff, I finally came off my high. Like, I don't get winter depression. I don't dislike the snow. I love the snow. I love snowboarding. I love going out and having snowball fights and all that fun stuff. Like, I embrace the seasons for what they are.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Not last week.
Yeah.
Coming into this week, I'm kind of like sinking down into it. I'm like, oh,
let
it be over.
I was actually like angry yesterday. It brought like this like angry response out of me. I was like, what? The HE double hockey sticks. Why do I live here? Why do I have to deal with this right now? I was just.
Why do I choose this?
I was PO'd. I really was at the weather. I'm like, this sucks. There's no sugarcoating this. I hate this. This is making me miserable on my drive to work.
I can feel it because I'm not an angry person. I pretty much have this smile on my face all the time. I can't help it. Even when I'm angry, I do this. It's ridiculous. I am pretty ridiculous when it comes. Like, I can't help that. I have just a sunny disposition about it. I'm pissed off at you. Can you see it on my face?
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But no, I legit. I became a road rage addict yesterday and today. And
today was a lot better.
Getting angry at people.
The roads were a lot better.
On the roads.
And it was, I saw that in the span of like the past 2 hours, I've seen 2 joggers on the jogging along the side of the road. I know, that was my reaction too.
I went crack.
Because I was like, I look at like my car and the thermometer, and it's like 8 degrees out, and I'm like, more power to you. I mean, ugh. I don't know. I thought that was crazy.
That's weird. I don't see, my limit is like -10.
Yeah, if it's like 25 or below, there's no way I'm like running outside. No way.
I'm not running outside unless it's above 30.
Yeah. Really?
Going out there.
If it's not windy, it's okay. It's kind of nice,
But then, like, I go to the gym and I can't do more than 2 miles on the treadmill.
Oh, yeah, the treadmill.
I feel like I'm running into nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm miserable.
Wheel. I agree.
I won't do it. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, oh my god, time is passing so slow. I'm looking at the distance on the treadmill. So I'll try and like sit up and I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna look down until the song's over.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Don't do it.
I know that game.
Close your eyes if you have to, and then you fall and trip on yourself.
Yeah.
No, besides that, but yeah, I felt the winter depression. It started last week. I'm like, man, I want to forget the world. Like, it started Saturday night.
Forget the world. I like that. I like that expression.
I went out on Saturday. I didn't go out on Saturday because that's when the cold weather started.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was going out. She's like, come with me. I'm like, yeah, sure, great. I'll do that Friday. And come Saturday, comes time to start getting ready to go out, and I'm like, man.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm like, I'm going to pull the old lady card.
Yeah.
These blankets are feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not moving. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And then it started just getting worse and worse from there. I'm like, I want to be a hermit.
Yeah.
This is a good time to be a hermit.
I've been such a hermit this winter. Like, I want to, like, get out and do stuff, but it's like, I don't want to, like, pay for the gas to, like, go somewhere. And I don't want to...
You know you're old when.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't really want to go drinking. Like, I
can't too much money.
I can't deal with the hangover tomorrow. Like, I feel like I need to... I don't know. What do you do?
During the winter?
During the winter. That doesn't cost a ton of money. You know what I mean?
There's nothing. I had this discussion with my boyfriend.
There's nothing to do around here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
In the winter, unfortunately.
Unless you want to, like, put on a few, like, padded layers of food.
Yeah.
And, like, just eat. Yeah. That's pretty much all you can do in the wintertime.
Exactly. Maybe go to a few wineries, but there's only so many times you can do that.
Especially when even if you're having sips of wine at 1 or 2 wineries,
yeah,
I still don't even like chancing that with the roads possibly being nasty, and I
I agree. There's like, I am such a hermit. Like at work, they're like, "Oh, what'd you do this week?" And I'm like, "I watched like 12 hours of Netflix." What'd you do? You know.
And sometimes that's better. I feel like that's better sometimes, just because one, you're saving money.
It's true.
Bring on Netflix, suckers.
Yeah.
Sucker. I'm watching Netflix. I mean, I was, Rock Band, Xbox. I played a little bit of Xbox.
Yeah.
Literally did not move off my couch.
Yeah.
And normally on Sundays, I go and I play Sunday morning basketball. Didn't do that this week. Like, I'm becoming a hermit. The winter depression is set in. I'm not super excited. I don't wake up and be like, "Oh my God, it's snow!"
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm like, "Oh my God,
you look out.
snow."
It's like you're like a little mole. You look out the window and you're like, "No." And you go back.
You go like,
no.
I love that. You look like a little mole. I love that.
I wish we could just hibernate through this.
Why aren't we bears?
I'm over it.
What did we do to the world?
You know when it gets really bad?
We came back as humans.
You know what? It gets really bad for me in March, though.
Does it?
I always have to, like, plan a trip in March because it's like, like, spring, it's almost there. You're getting there. You know what I mean?
But you're not quite.
You're not there,
the
though.
Weather's like,
you have at least another month or two.
Here's 30 today, but tomorrow, man, let me just shove 10 degrees in your face.
And it's such a long month, and they're just, I don't know. I always have to travel in March, I feel like. I always have to, like, do something. Yeah. Like, go somewhere, or, like, just to break up the monotony of it.
I think I'm going to Raleigh in March.
Yeah.
Financially, got to figure that out first.
Yeah. I know. I have a big trip I want to do in March, too, but I don't, until I buy the tickets, I don't want to say anything.
Ditto.
I don't want to jinx it, so.
I know there's a possibility that it won't happen.
Yeah.
Fully aware of my wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I feel like everything's piled on top of each other, and like literally it's when it rains cats and dogs kind of a thing.
When it rains it pours.
Yeah, like last month I got hit with Milo's vet bill.
Yeah.
Almost $400.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then this month, like, this is what happened to me today. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
And God bless the folks over at Coast Tire.
Okay.
Love you people. Over in Geneva, amazing. Helped me out so much when they didn't have to.
Yeah.
I got to work this morning and I didn't notice anything. I thought it was cool. I'm cool. It's all good.
Yeah.
So, but 4 people like came into the office and were like, "You have a flat tire." And I was thinking, okay, so, my tire's low.
Yeah.
No, I go out to leave this afternoon, and I mean, there was, the rim was pretty much touching the floor.
Rim's on the ground, yeah. Oh.
I mean, the only thing between it was the rubber, and so I had to drive it across the street thinking that, I'll just blow it up at the gas station and then get it to my parents' house who have the business. Mm-hmm. Thinking, okay, I just got to get it to Romulus.
Yeah.
I go over there, I put the $1 in, by the way, for 30 seconds of air, $1 in quarters, which I don't have, so I have to go inside.
Ridiculous.
Thank you, ATM cards, where you don't carry quarters on you anymore. Yeah. And I got my quarters, I put them in the thing, and I start to try and pump, and I'm noticing, like, why, it's not filling up. Why is it not filling up? Yeah. What's going on? I'm sticking it on the thing, I'm pushing the lever. Yeah. Nothing's happening. That little doohickey coming out. I was like, oh, God, something's frozen or something's blocking the airway, not letting the air into something's wrong. So I'm like, crap, how am I going to get home now? And like when you drive on a flat tire, it damages things.
I would just say that's a big no-no.
And it can you can blow out, you can cause an accident, things can happen. So I was like, I really can't drive this very far.
It's not safe.
I'm stretching it, driving it across the street from my work to here, Yeah. So I'm like, oh, maybe the people at Coast will help me. So, and they're literally right next door. Like, there's a Christian church right there, and then Coast is right there. So I pull up, I go in, and I go, please help me.
Yeah.
And without, hesitation, the guy's like, all right, let me open up the door, pull it on in, we'll fill it. He had to put 38 pounds.
Oh, my God.
Pretty much a whole tire worth of air into my tire. I was like, do you think I'm going to be able to get back safe? Am I going to kill anybody? He's like, you should be okay. just take it easy and drive. So I got it back to the shop, and I'm thinking, okay, they could do one of those little patch jobs on my.
Yeah.
There's like my tires are so bald that there's multiple holes.
Oh my god.
In my tire, so like at any time that this thing could explode.
Yeah.
I need 4 new tires.
Oh, that's so expensive too.
It's like
like knock on wood.
Couple $100.
Yeah, knock on wood. I'm hoping to replace mine this summer, or like maybe next fall.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, because it's been 2 years since I've replaced them, and like
it's getting to be time.
Yeah. So I mean, they're still pretty good, but I hope to like. I drove around with a leak in one of my tires for like. God, like 4 months.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad of a leak then.
It was my own stupidity for not like taking it in sooner. But yeah, anyways.
But they patched it up for you.
They did, yeah. It was just like a patch job. It was fine.
So it wasn't that like you don't have to replace it. Like
no.
Mine are literally. I'm lucky I have not slid off the road.
When was
That's how bald.
Holy crap! When was the last time you got tires?
When I first got my car. Couple years ago.
Yeah, it's probably time.
It's it's way overdue time.
Yeah, especially in the winter. That's
scary.
Yeah,
and the way it's been now. But now I have to wait until tomorrow because the tires won't be in until tomorrow. So they're like, don't go anywhere. So I'm like, all right, I'll drive to work tonight and I'll go home and I won't do anything else. Because I was supposed to go to kickboxing tonight and I really want to do kickboxing.
Are you doing kickboxing?
Want to go? Me and Cassie are going to go.
Where?
Tuesdays at Ohm right after this. In Geneva.
I do want to try. You know what? Because I've wanted to, like, I've been, like, playing with the idea of doing it because it kind of scares the crap out of me.
Oh, me too. I'm petrified.
I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? You know? It's so not my, like, thing when it comes to exercise, but I want to try it. We should, maybe next week.
Yes.
Actually, my neck.
And the first one's free, so.
It's probably a good thing we're not doing it tonight because my neck is killing me.
Is it really?
I must have, like, slept on it wrong or something because, like, I can't, like, look that way.
Oh,
and, like,
no, you have a crick. There's a crick. We got a crick.
So, anyway.
Well, we're making plans. But yeah, no, like, well, it kind of works into it because I want trying something new, trying something exciting.
Yeah.
We'll go walk. Like, we're gonna carpool, so we'll carpool and
we can
come
go
up with a common place.
Yeah, fun.
So awesome.
All right.
And this is what I like, because I told her, I'm like, oh well, about my car.
Yeah. Do you have to sign up,
no.
like, for the class, or can you just show up?
Just show up. Because I have 2 friends that are already doing it and who convinced me to do it.
All right.
So I'm super excited.
I'll do it.
Yes. We're going to come out in our work gear tomorrow. We're out here next week. And funny story, because we were planning on going, and I get a text message from Cassie yesterday. What do you wear? Said, I don't really know.
Wait, Cassie asked you and she didn't ask me?
Asked me what?
Oh, to go?
No, I asked her to go
with me. I was like, what?
No, I asked her to go with me. It was my friend Sierra that goes and does this, and she asked and told me about it, and I said I was going to go.
Yeah.
And then I asked Cassie, and
that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. If anything else, it'll be hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she goes, "What do we wear?" And legit, you know how Cassie is.
Yeah.
Everybody see. She's like, I'll Google it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question.
Love you. I'm just gonna wear she's like, do I wear baggy clothes, like tight, like what are they? Like spandexy clothes. I was like, I'm gonna wear shorts and a shorts and a shirt. I'll probably wear a hoodie until I start sweating.
Yeah.
And then that'll come off.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna go naked.
Naked kickboxing at home next week, everyone.
Awkward.
Not really.
No. Definitely not.
No.
There's a whole bunch of people are going to show up.
I know.
So I heard naked kickboxing was here tonight. Where's that? Yeah. No, guys. No naked kickboxing.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we should, get into our topic now. And we've been just randomly spurring out everything. But yes, like I said, everything just seems to be happening at one time, and I have that now.
That happened to me in December.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was like, everything's just piling up on me. Why?
No, I know what you mean.
But I'll get through it. Always do. Always triumph. Can't mess with me. All right. So my boyfriend and his roommate are constantly telling me that I'm being such a girl, or I'll do something and I'll say something, you'll say, oh, well, that's female logic or woman logic or the girl logic.
I've never heard that phrase before.
It is a thing.
Yeah.
It is a
I feel
whole
like if
thing.
someone says that to me, I feel like I'd get ticked off.
I do.
I feel like I'd get all like
defensive,
like,
mad.
The feminist would come out and be
Yep.
like, yeah.
You would be correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so girl logic, you guys, is basically, and you can go on Google and literally type in girl logic, hit images, and there's a whole bunch of memes.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it right
Women
now.
logic, also known as female logic, I'll give you the definition, is a term primarily used by men to describe a range of behaviors and thought processes that would be seen as distinctly feminine. In realms of popular culture, such concept of women's logic has been employed as a comedy trope to explain various differences between men and women, sometimes a bit of a misogynistic humor
tone
kind of a
to
thing.
it. Yeah.
It's been, up and coming since more of like 2011.
Yeah.
So basically it's like this, and there's a meme on the top of the screen. When you like a guy, do nothing about it and expect him to magically know how to make the first move.
That is kind of true. Some people do that, though. I don't think that's just a girl thing, though. I think
is
guys do that, too. It just depends on your personality. But that, I read an article once, and it was like, how Jane Austen taught me, like, everything Jane Austen taught me was wrong about love or something. And one of the rules is like, oh, just like sit back and like don't tell anyone, don't tell that guy how you feel about him, and you'll get the guy.
He'll happen to know it somehow.
Exactly. Yes, that's funny.
Or I'm fines. That's considered kind of a girl logic thing. And expecting him to know something's wrong, which they usually do because it's just by your tone. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
They will know. They just were like, they'll be like, all right, I don't give a frick if you're not going to tell me.
Yeah. My phone is like, I'm trying to get it up on my phone and I can't get it.
But it's spread throughout like memes, Urban Dictionary. Hit a lot of comedy things. Like you'll find a lot of it in Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle does a whole lot of women's logic. We have women's logic on Seinfeld.
Really?
This will play. Oh yeah, originators of
I
it.
was about to say that's like from the 90s.
This is Dave Chappelle.
And then men, we misunderstand women a lot. We always undermine their feelings. You can't do that to them. You can't, because feelings are. You see how they're clapping. Feelings are very important to women.
Yours aren't plugged in?
They are all important. I'm just learning this shit. Everything's based on how they feel. You can hear when they tell stories. You ever hear a man tell a story, it'd be just facts. Who, what, when, where, why. It was me and Bob, we was at Safeway. Then that nigga Bob said this, then I punched that nigga, and then I broke out. That's the story. That's the big ones. Women tell stories, all these feelings. Well, first of all, you have to understand, I was on my period, and I just talked to my mother, so I was feeling like, God damn, there's so many feelings.
So many
What the fuck happened? Get to it. But I gotta talk about them. Gotta talk about them. That's how they always get me. I've been sitting there, watching TV, chilling and shit.
Sorry about the language.
My
It's Dave
come up to
Chappelle.
me, David, we need to talk.
Oh, explicit language here.
I don't say that out loud. That's how I feel inside. Because I know every time we need to talk about some shit that I gotta do.
Right?
Women logic.
She leaves me defenseless. I have to do what I have to do. David, we need to talk. Nah. Don't do that to me, David. This is serious. Stop talking in that voice. No, see. I gotta do this, see.
Such a man thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's Dave Chappelle. Now this is Seinfeld Women's Logic. It's like the...
So Joe Mayo
love
has the
Seinfeld.
same coat.
And you threw it out the window? God, you're like a rock star.
So now Joe Mayo wants me to buy him a new coat.
Because you threw it out.
No, because I was in charge of the coats. It's insane.
But you did actually throw his coat out the window.
But he doesn't know that. As far as he knows, someone stole it. And that's
Female
the
logic.
person who should be held responsible.
But that's you.
So I guess I'll have to buy him a new coat, even though I don't think I should be held responsible, which I am anyway.
Well, I'm satisfied.
Oh my gosh, I freaking love Seinfeld. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I used to watch it all the time.
I love it too. My dad absolutely cracks up over it. But, you know, that just gives you an idea of what we're like, just completely, and, you know, Seinfeld, of course, stretches it a bit.
Yeah.
Irrational truths and, like, women taking something and making it completely too complicated.
Yeah, twisting it.
And, you know, something is said, and then a woman will take it in their head and be like, oh my god, this is this and this and this, and then it'll completely be a different message from what the original message was. It's like phone when you're in kindergarten. You start off with orange and end up with the President of the United States. Somehow when you play telephone or whatever it is.
Yeah, I see this so on Google Images. There's this meme for Girl Logic, and it has a picture of a lingerie model in like bra and panties, and then it says panties under it.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll come back, and I can't read what it. Can you read what it says under the panty one?
It says, OMG, you effing pervert, stop staring at
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Oh my god, F you.
Okay. It's like all fuzzy on my phone, and then there's a picture next to it of a bikini.
Yep.
Same exact coverage, basically.
Probably even a little bit less.
Yeah, or
actually.
less. And then what does it say under that one?
It says, hey, derp.
Yeah. It's like, seriously though, like when you wearing a bathing suit is kind of like wearing it's like acceptable underwear
Yeah.
in public, but it's made out of nylon or whatever, so it's okay.
It really is.
It
It's
is
so true.
it is weird if you think about it.
And then here's a few other ones. Don't look at my butt, but yet you're wearing booty shorts.
Yeah.
That accentuate your hiney. It's all about the personality, but I just don't find him that attractive. I can't talk to him. Finally, a nice man who respects me for who I am and treats me as an equal. Friend zone. So true.
Yeah.
It is so true because we're so crazy like that. We're like, I just want a nice guy that's not gonna mess around, and he's gonna be honest with me and be truthful with me. And then when that guy comes around, you're like, oh my god, I'm not attracted to him at all.
Yeah, well, there's that, and then there's like boring.
That's true. Have you been dating the boring before?
I did. Yeah, I went on a date with. I have to call him white bread because he's so plain and boring. I can come up with some doozy of a nickname. Anyways. Yeah, before I started dating my boyfriend now, I went on a date with this guy who was like a friend of a friend, and he was super nice. Like, he was a nice guy. And, and at the time, I was like, I'm done with, like, bad boys, you know what I mean? Or, like, guys who aren't good for me, I'm done with it. And I'm like, oh, he's a nice guy, I'll give him a chance. It was so boring. He was boring, though. He wasn't boring because he was nice. He was just boring.
You're like, one day you're going to find someone just as boring as you, and you're going to be white bread together.
I would say you would, right? So, very, very white bread.
Aww.
Yeah. He was nice, whatever. It didn't work out for a reason, so yeah.
That is the best expression I've ever heard in my entire
bread.
life.
I can't take credit for that, though. One of my friends came up with that term in college to describe
white bread.
a guy we knew, because he was just boring.
You're like white bread because you are just
Plain and boring.
plain and
Yeah. It's not a racial remark by any means. It's a personality thing.
However, I do have to agree there is, this is gonna kill me. Women do have things that they're like, oh well, I can do this because it's sparkly.
Because it's sparkly.
Like
what?
things like we do have tendencies.
Yeah, as a generalization, some
Not everything,
yeah,
not all things,
not all the time.
but I hate that they're called girl logic and female logic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example of something that I did, like where I was that he was
Oh,
like,
like-
oh, woman logic.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find one.
I'm trying
Oh.
to think too.
Here is some good ones. Why did you cheat on me? Preface, in that dream I had last night.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Girl logic.
Yeah.
I left you a message about my other messages.
Why haven't you answered my message back? Yeah.
Called you like 6 times, left a message, and I said this about them on my messages.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I wasn't sure if you got my message, so I wanted to follow up and leave you this message.
Which, if you haven't gotten my other message, you probably haven't gotten this message.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to get this message. Okay, cool. Or you're ignoring me.
Yeah.
Do you think she's pretty? Choose carefully.
Yeah.
As if. Don't even ask that
Don't
question.
even go. We covered that a little bit last week. Like, don't even. You're just fishing for a fight when you ask something like that.
You know how to counteract that and, like, show confidence? And I've noticed this is not just in, like, being with my boyfriend, but with guy friends or, you know, exes that you were with. Appreciate an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Be the first to compliment. Be
Yeah.
like, I love her shoes. She looks cute.
Yeah.
Be the first to say it before your boyfriend is now stuck in an awkward situation where you're like, oh, totally saw you checking her out.
It amuses me because most guys think they're being subtle, but
So
they're
not subtle.
They're so not. And
Isn't there a YouTube video about this? There's a YouTube video
Probably.
about this, about how subtle you are not.
Yeah. Like, I'll catch my boyfriend doing it now and then, and I just have to laugh to myself because I'm like,
I do too. And then, what are you laughing? What's so funny? Oh, you know why I'm laughing. I just caught you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to call you out on your crab because you're just going to get defensive.
right? You're like, no, I was looking at that trash can over there. Someone put something in there and it fell out. I don't know.
Totally caught my attention.
Yeah.
I was looking at that mannequin over there.
Yeah.
No big deal. We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But a good way to counteract it is be like, oh, yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, she's hot. She's got a nice butt.
Yeah.
You may look totally gay, but hey,
I don't think there's anything wrong with
appreciating an attractive
Yeah.
woman. But
Not
don't
at
get
all.
mad at me when I appreciate attractive man.
Right?
There's a double standard there.
Yeah.
A complete double standard. They're going to check out women all day. And I picked on him one day about it. And what happened? I don't know. I don't remember the situation, but I was picking on him and I said, "Why do you look at it? Like, why are you looking?" Oh, well, you know, I look at a girl's butt because, you know, you totally covered. This is so funny.
Okay.
I look at it because then I see it. I'm like, oh, you know what? My girlfriend's butt looks so much better.
Good cover up. Oh, goodness.
And I'm like,
"Ah,
oh, okay.
Good answer. I don't buy it, but good answer.
I'm trying to do, I'm like, okay, sure thing. Okay, sign. Sure thing. When in doubt, pinky out.
Oh, cut my neck. I'm gonna like throw it out laughing. Oh my gosh. I was gonna think of, I had something to say and I can't remember what it is right now.
Girl logic, also feminism a little bit. Oh my god, hip hop and rap music is so disrespectful to women. Then you're at the club. First thing comes
Yeah.
on. Get low, get low.
Yeah.
First one out on the dance floor. Hey! First one out there.
Yep.
Girl
Yeah.
logic.
Yep. Like, I love this jam. It's my
This
jam.
is my jam. I love dancing to this.
Yeah.
Won't tolerate a man's disrespect. Recites Waka Flocka's no hands verbatim. Don't know what that is.
I'm not familiar with that either.
I don't think that I know what that is.
Yeah.
Makes more money than you. Still expects to pay for everything.
I don't expect my boyfriend to pay for everything.
I don't want my boyfriend to pay for everything.
Yeah.
I want it to be like we're together.
Yeah, like we always split meals like whenever we go out, and it's always usually pretty even.
What about the people who don't? Like, they're like, oh, he's paying.
Some people are like that. I don't know. I feel like you need to at least.
But then you're like, oh, we need to be equal. We are equal. Why do I get paid less than you? As a woman, you're paying for it all. You're paying for every date. There's give and take for that stuff, I think.
Yeah.
What else here? Oh, overly attached girlfriend. Do you remember her? Have you seen her YouTube videos?
She's
The crazy girlfriend.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
And she looks at you like this. The crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Is that creeping you out?
Yeah, a little bit.
She's on YouTube. She's actually a hit sensation. But
The overly attached girlfriend.
she goes, "Oh, you found someone else? I'm pregnant."
God. Oh, that's awful.
I should do the face too. Totally got this. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. I have your number. I want your babies.
Oh my God.
You forgot to tell me where you were going on a trip with your friends. Good thing I installed GPS on your car so I could tag along.
It's like a restraining order like material. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. The feminist Nazi thinks the image of the hysterical woman is an unfair stereotype. We'll probably get all hysterical about this meme. I demand equality between me and women, except when I get special treatment for being a woman, i.e. access to bars, free drinks, free food, their tires filled.
Yeah. That could be kind of a controversial topic, like how people treat you based on your looks.
Yeah.
Because it's a real thing.
It truly is.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what people say, appearance matters.
Yeah.
When you go into a job interview and you are clean cut,
You look
well
put together. Yeah.
you're quick as a
You
whip,
look like
you're prepared,
you give a damn. Yeah.
you are more likely to get a job than a grease monkey person who has holes all up in their jeans.
Yeah, didn't bother to dress up. And,
Didn't shave, got
Yeah.
a 5 o'clock shadow. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, if your hair's all like, man, like mine today.
Yeah, that's true because at my job, I'm interviewing for my old position, and like the first impression is
Is what matters.
Is a big deal.
It's
like
what's
a
gonna
firm
stick with
handshake.
you.
Yeah, if I get like a wimpy, like limp, like wet noodle handshake, I'm like, nope. Done. Especially if it comes from a guy.
He's a wet noodle.
It's so unattractive.
It
It's
is.
so. Oh, I don't like it.
And I don't want you as a man to just be like, give me one of those fake handshakes.
Yeah.
I hate those.
Like, oh, okay.
Because you're a woman, I just want to, just be like,
Yeah.
listen, I bench more than you.
Yeah. Right.
Give me a handshake.
Right.
Give me a real one.
Yeah.
But I mean, it does. It sucks. But it is our society. It is the way the world works, where you have to be put together. You have to dress a part. You have to be a part of. It's not just people on TV. It's not just like you present yourself, especially if you are working for or if you're interviewing for someone who deals with clients. Who's going to be more apt to buy from you. If you're a salesman, if you're dressed in a suit, look very well put together.
Yep.
And, you know, say you have a nice car, they're going to be like, oh, well, this person knows what they're doing. Look at what they can afford. Look at how they present themselves against, you know, I had a floppy, flat brim hat, got tattoos and, you know, piercings everywhere in my face and all over my
You know what?
It matters.
You know what? When in June, I went to my nephew's high school graduation, and I saw a couple of kids who had the spacers in their ears. And, you know, each to his own. I don't care what you want to do to your body, but I was just thinking, I mean, they're like 17, 18, and I'm like, you know.
Do you know how that can affect you?
I'm like, you know,
older?
when you have to get plastic surgery to have the, you know, flaps in your ears closed up because you're having a hard time getting a job. Because of that, you're
limiting yourself. You're limiting yourself. It really is a forever thing.
Yeah.
Like when we've talked about our tattoos before, we have tattoos that we can, both of us, that we hide. We can hide them.
Yeah.
When the situation calls for it. I mean, you can't see any of my tattoos, and I could be in a tank top and shorts.
I'm not quite the same. One of them you can't see in that situation, but the other one.
Well, you have the one on your arm.
Yeah,
but
I have one on my foot too.
But if it's necessary, I do have the two on my feet. But
yeah,
I'm talking if I were wearing regular shoes.
Yeah, that's true.
Couldn't possibly see it. You couldn't. You couldn't like judge me for it.
Yeah. And a lot of people do though. Like
on the reverse side, why judge?
Boomers.
That's what I was like thinking. Why judge somebody because they get tattoos?
Personally, I don't care. You know, either. If they can if you can do the job that I want you to do, I don't care what you look like. But because my old boss, she would always give me like a hard time about my tattoos. I'm like, well, they're here. You know, I'm not gonna
just rip them out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go pay thousands of dollars just to get them removed because you don't like them. But I feel like it's an older generation type thing.
And I think it's going to be more acceptable. And the people who tell you you're going to regret your tattoo, for the most part, well thought out,
meaningful,
meaningful tattoo will never be regretted.
No.
Because when I'm 90 and wrinkly and things are sagging to places that I don't even want to talk about it, no one's going to be looking at my tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be caring about my tattoos.
Yeah,
I'm going to be worried about walking my butt in a walker to the bathroom trying to go.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like I could see like there's a stereotype behind it, like the people with like those off like Snoopy tattoo. Like I think those are kind of like
you get one like in like a drunken like dare
stupor.
Yeah, or you just get it for the heck of it. Yeah.
I can understand where it's coming from, but like the ones that are thought provoking, do not judge me based on my tattoos. It's art that I want to put on my body, that I choose to put on my body because it has meaning to me. Don't judge me. I'm not gonna judge you.
Yeah.
Because you sit at home and do nothing and are completely boring.
Yeah.
And don't like tattoos inked into your body.
Some people, it's interesting because there are some people our age who are like, I would never get a tattoo.
So, a majority of them are afraid of needles, I feel.
Just one off.
That was cool, whatever that was.
It's my ringtone. Yeah, what were we talking about? I feel like we got a little off topic.
Oh yeah, we're talking about girl logic.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one is, oh my god, he's staring at my boobs. Oh my god.
Yeah, when your shirt's like cut down to here.
And then you're like, and then you have like the push-up bra that sends them up to your neck, and you're like, oh, there they are. Here's my goods.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh my god, he's like trying to look down my pants, and your mini skirt is all the way hiked up past your kuka. I mean,
yeah. You know, I find that the older I've gotten, the less I want to show like my cleavage. I feel like I like showing like my legs, but like these
love showing my legs.
Yeah, but like these, nah.
I can get over it. Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I like showing my arms.
Yeah.
I like showing I like tank tops. And I like showing my like longevity of my legs.
Yeah, I really like dresses too, where
love dresses.
they have like the cutouts like right here in the back or something, because like you're showing a little more skin, but not.
It's tasteful. It's I feel like it's more sexy.
Yeah, exactly. You leave a little to the imagination. It goes a long way.
And like I think it's funny how and we're gonna completely get off topic again.
Yeah.
But who cares? It's what we do. How if you look at these dresses, it's a lot of them are coming up to here now, up on your like collarbone.
Yeah.
But then they're showing the back.
Yeah.
They're showing the sides.
I love that.
And it just shows you how different what our definitions of sexy are now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just completely changed, and I love it.
Oh, you know what trend needs to die though is crop tops.
I hate crop tops.
Ugh.
Those need to end like yesterday.
I'm like
The one that
yeah, and
I don't understand that.
It's like, where can you wear that? I'm like, I work full time.
It's for the teeny bopper.
It's freezing.
kid.
Even if I could wear something like that, I don't even think I'd want to, because it just no needs to go away and stop.
I would have to concur. I would have to agree completely. I never understood them. There's a few different fashion fads I didn't understand. But the crop top, I look at it, I'm like, is this a bra?
Yeah, some of them are pretty.
It looks like a bra.
Mm-hmm.
And then, funny story, he texted me the other day, and he goes, what was the purpose of shoulder pads? I'm like, well, in the late 80s,
Yeah.
women liked a broader shoulder.
Yeah, it was more masculine. It had because women were getting into the workforce and
Feminism, and they wanted that
you had to be
presence.
one of the guys sort of thing. Yeah.
And he goes, never do that. That's terrible. I was watching why the random question?
Yeah, right.
He was watching Family Matters. He goes, my mom was big into them, and they're god awful. Please never get into them. I'm like, no worries.
Well,
that's a fad that ended.
Yeah. With some jackets, a little shoulder padding nowadays, a little bit, looks
very
pretty
little
cool. Bit. But not the
big ones that were
linebacker. No.
And they used to be removable and everything.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yep.
Because my stepmom was big into them too. She loved herself some shoulder pads.
Did she?
Oh, she still had she was sitting with me. She's like, I still have that stuff. I loved it. Love it still.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're oh.
That got awkward.
Yeah.
All right. Girl logic. You're super skinny, but you think you're chubby.
Oh, don't even get me started on this, because I can rant forever. I refuse to have conversations with my girlfriends who are like, I'm so fat, I'm so blah 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 blah, I need to lose so much weight.
I'm over it. That's what I would say.
And I'm just like, you know what? Because it's what's called a histrionic behavior. It's an attention-seeking behavior, and I don't play into it, and I feel like other people shouldn't either, because it's just it's like seeking, it's like looking for a compliment.
Attention. Yep.
Yeah, when it's you're not fat. First of all, you're not fat. Second of all, why are you talking about yourself like that? You know?
Yep.
It's not going to make you lose weight any faster.
Nope.
You know?
So true.
If it did, we'd all, I would have... we all would have been much skinnier a long time ago.
That's so beyond true.
I have no tolerance for that. It drives me crazy.
Chubby girls who think that they're fat. Fat girls that think that they're obese. Obese girls who think that they're supermodels. This is a comedian. This is a comedian saying this. This is not me. But that is true. Wearing clothes that are not appropriate to your body type.
Mm-hmm.
Girl logic.
Yeah.
It's a girl logic thing. Because guys, if they're heavier, they're like, oh my god, layers.
Yeah.
Let me just cover this up.
Mm-hmm.
Women, no. The more well endowed you are, the more likely that it's going to show.
Yeah, exactly.
It happens. Well, that is our show.
Kind of random, but
let's end it on that note.
Yeah.
We are your hosts, Amanda and Tiffany, Lake to Lake Girls. Catch you back here next week, and hopefully we're going to make it to kickboxing next week.
Yeah.
So excited. You guys, stay warm, stay safe.
Bye, everyone.